Welcome to News, Views, and What We Choose with Danielle and Dami.
Grab a drink, get the news, and come hang with us. Woohoo!
Chin chin. What?
Cheers!
I was like, do you not have anything?
I had to make sure I wasn't gonna knock it over. Cheers! What are you drinking?
Yeah, you're drinking red wine in bed. That's dangerous territory.
I was thinking that too, but the alternative was a pomegranate martini, and I was like,
Same
I'll
color.
yeah.
And
That's
also martini glasses are dangerous.
kind of what I was thinking.
I'm drinking the same thing as that I've been drinking for the last like week, 2 weeks. So Josh Cab,
Josh Gab.
really can't complain.
Yeah, it's a good one. I am drinking, my mom brought this over and it's really tasty. It is
Mhm.
called Napa Valley Quilt and
Oh,
it's a blend and it's about 93 points and it is delicious. She did a great
wow.
job. And the bottle is so pretty. I wish I had it. I had to leave it over there just in case she wanted
I've
another
never
glass.
heard of it.
No, I hadn't heard of it either.
Oh,
And we can link it too, but it has
yeah.
a really beautiful bottle, like texture kind of feel to it. And I love the name quilt. And I was like, I get it. And it's like the fabric or the
The fabric of our lives.
pretty much of like art, yeah, whatever it said. But anyways, I'm drinking the Kool-Aid wine and it is delicious.
I am such a sucker for it. If the bottle's pretty, I'm totally gonna try it.
Same.
Unless like I Google it and everyone's like, this is disgusting, then I'll probably skip it. But if it is a pretty bottle, especially if it's like a holiday themed bottle, Halloween, if there's like a skull on it,
Oh yeah, you would
a
love
witch,
that.
like if I'm definitely gonna see if there's pretty bottles for like the holiday season for sure.
That was a
Uh
simple, cute one. So look it up. It's tasty.
oh, I will. I definitely will. Um, so since we last cheers, since
Mhm.
that was a whole like
3 days or something.
four
4.
day 4 days ago.
Yeah.
What have you been up to?
Oh boy. Well, Saturday I had our family shoot for holiday cards and just memes. And we went to Bodega Bay. It was very pretty. A little stressful, like the coordinating piece. I was like, we could do a whole day there and then like start in Napa and then drive over to Bodega Bay, or we could leave like
What did you end up doing?
right before their nap. And I was trying to talk to Charlie. And he was like, no, like, let's just like go like right before, they nap. And I was like, okay, okay. Like, like I started here and then he was like, eh.
Well, that would have been a lot going to Napa first and then going to Bodega Bay.
I
Like
didn't get what up to, but like
how far away would that be?
it's an hour and 20. It's not
Oh,
that bad. Yeah,
okay.
hour and 15, hour and 20. And well, because I was thinking like I had Chat GPT like map out some like family friendly wineries and I told Chad, I call him Chad.
Everyone does. Apparently, Jessica, Jennifer Lawrence was on Las Culturistas
Uh-huh.
podcast. So funny. Um, and she says that she refers to as Chad, her gay best friend. And then she's like, Chad is literally gay. She goes, Chat GPT is gay. And they're like, no, you can make it gay. She's like, no, it's actually helpful, gives advice.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a
Yeah,
straight man. That's not a straight
it
man.
totally does. Wait, that's weird because my mom came up with that. I didn't know this was spreading. Okay, well,
Yeah.
Chad mapped out a really beautiful itinerary for us, but I was like, okay, 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 let me like go back. So we left right before they napped, drove up there. It worked out really great. And then the only thing that was like we stopped and grabbed like a snack and a beer and like we were like trying to just we were charging. So we're like, okay, like we have a
And
little
was
bit
this still
of time.
in Bodega Bay?
No, this was I'm trying to think like kind of like near Marin.
Oh.
Um and sorry, Hunter's eating himself. So annoying. And anyway, so like we stopped, we charged for a little longer than like we had to.
Like legitimately charged your car.
Yeah, we charged the car.
Okay.
So like when you map out on Tesla, it'll tell you you only have to charge for 5 minutes to get there or however minutes to get there, but you can go longer because we needed more
I thought
anyway.
you meant like recharging your system at first, and I was like, oh, that's so nice.
A little bit of both. Yeah, the boys got to like get out and like stretch their legs. And but by the time we left, it was like you're gonna arrive by I think it was like what time we were supposed to be there? 3:47, and our photo shoot started at 3:50 because they are mini sessions.
Oh, wow.
It's not just us that day. So I was freaking out. And then when we get into like I think it's Doran Beach, they have a like parking person in the front, and the line was insane to get in. So I was sweating bullets. I was like,
Oh
oh my God. Like
no.
we still have to like put the boys into their clothes, put ourselves into our clothes, like touch up any makeup for me, and then like get on the beach. And I have 3 minutes, and then I'm waiting in this crazy ass line that took 10 minutes. And our session is only 15 minutes. So I was messaging her, and she was like, don't worry, there's no one else after you. You're totally fine. And
Oh.
oh my God, we made it. And she was so chill. She did the whole session. And it was just a beautiful day. She was telling me that the day before she was there. And one of her other clients was like, I really want like really bright photos, like super sunny. And it was a rainy day. And she was like, it looks beautiful.
Well, I feel like in also post editing, even Brittany, when she does, because she still does actual photography of events and stuff. I know that in post editing, they can work their magic. If it is a cloudy day, they can make this simulated sun. They could like make it work.
I think it's like, I don't know if it's her style to do that. And
Oh,
she was like, I was telling her it was going to be okay. She was like, but it's not going to be okay. Just, I don't know if it's going to be what she wants. But she was like, you guys lucked out. And I was like, thank God. And then
it
we
looks
actually
so pretty, the pictures you did post, just like behind the scenes stuff.
yeah. And yeah, we stood afterwards, and the boys and we all had a great time. We were finding sand dollars and playing in the sand, and then we left and we grabbed dinner nearby. It was like a really nice Saturday, and then Sunday we spent more time with the boys. I took them to this cafe that I've been wanting to go to. It's called Ain't Normal Coffee, I think.
Right. I'm gonna write this down. Ain't normal?
Ain't Normal Coffee?
Hmm. Is it in Oakland?
Uh-huh. Ain't Yeah. Oh, sorry. Ain't Normal Cafe. My bad.
Cafe. Okay.
Ain't Normal is what it's called. And it's in Rockridge or near Rockridge. Just like a cute little spot, kind of reminded me of like when we used to go to Highwire in Santa Clara, and we would bring the boys, like you get a nice coffee, a nice little breakfast. Nothing's like crazy, crazy expensive. So that was fun. And then we had some things to do at Target, but then that meant that the boys ended up getting all kinds of toys. And I was like, Merry Christmas.
Well, and also that goes into my thing, but I'm not going to say it yet. But yeah, it's like such a dangerous thing. I just realized I haven't been to Target since March.
Yeah, you had said that. I think you said the last podcast, or maybe the podcast before.
I didn't realize how long it actually has been, but
Yeah.
I looked up in my
App.
because I was out of curiosity. I was like, I wonder when's the last time. So I looked up in my app and it shows like the last time you
Mm-hmm.
go, like obviously in your last purchases. And I was like,
Yeah.
holy shit, March.
It was fun. They had a buy two get one free for books, so we got some books, and then the boys got a bunch of cards. But listen, we're not going to be around for Christmas, and we're not going to have a normal Christmas. So this was kind of like
You're not going to pack a ton of presents in your suitcase when you travel?
absolutely not. Nope, nope.
Wait, what are you going to do for Santa?
They know about Santa, but they don't know like what
Oh,
Santa, they don't know the tradition yet. So I think we're okay, but it's funny you said that. I was kind of thinking about it, and I really want to start the Elf on the Shelf. I want to like, so we'll see. We'll see what happens.
whereas me, I want to do the skeleton on something. I don't know. There's no rhyme. But I want to do the skeleton one where you move it around and pretend it's haunting your house on Halloween. Instead of
Oh.
like Elf in the Shelf, you do that. I do technically. Oh my God, where did it go? So I do have like a little Elf on the Shelf little guy, like a mini version.
Mhm.
And I usually just put him in the tree just to say he's watching you. And like they just think he's always watching you.
So I follow a Facebook group
That
of
does like the
parents.
crazy ass shit. Like,
Yeah, they have all kinds of crazy ideas, and I am obsessed with this site. Like I am like these people are my people. Like you guys on that Facebook group know how to party. Like I don't know for sure, but I know for sure that when you take your kids trick-or-treating, there is not water in your like hydro flask. It's definitely something a little bit more fun, because anyone who spends that much time decorating for Christmas and moving the little elf to like each little spot, and it has like a okay, like you're on another level. and
See,
I
the
love
thing
it.
is,
I'm here
I
for
personally love that, and I'm totally advocate. Like, you know me, I love a theme of everything. I'm still continuously decorating, even though I've decorated maxed out. I think I've officially had it hit the point where I'm like, there's nothing else to decorate.
it.
Except now I have my collar I have to build. That's a gingerbread house collar on for my tree. But I'm so for that, except there's ones that I've seen where they're like the elf trashed the kitchen.
Yeah, I can't do
And
that.
I'm like, you do know there isn't actually a magical fairy that picks it up. Like you have to clean it up now.
I saw a cute one with the microwave, and I was like, that I could handle. It was like the elf was in the microwave, popcorn spilling out. It wasn't,
Oh,
it wasn't
I was
like,
like, not like urban legend where the puppy's in the microwave,
no,
right?
he's like having a party in the microwave with like a couple of his friends. And I'm like,
Like
okay.
like Barbie's in there.
Yeah, I like a scene. I don't
Okay.
know about like a whole room. But anyway, so I'm excited to do that, but it's not gonna happen this year.
Are you at
But
least gonna bring like stockings with you?
no.
Oh my God, Scrooge.
Why would I bring stockings with me? We are so
They have stores there that you can like get stuff.
when we have well, we're going to all the Christmas markets, so I'm sure we'll pick up some stuff and hide it like in our suitcase and then like give it to them on Christmas Day. But like I'm not gonna bring anything specific. The other thing is I decided I was like, I'm not really going to decorate like crazy for Christmas. I think I'm not going to put up a big tree. I have a small tree that I might do, and then like some of our like Mickey scenes, and I think that's it. And maybe they're
That's fine.
stockings. I might like here, but not, I think that's it.
Well, I mean, honestly, just a little bit of splash. I personally, it would just like hurt my heart to not see like Christmas stuff around for myself.
I
So,
know. Yeah.
so at least do a little. I think it should be fine. But that's gonna be fun though. You're gonna be out of town. I personally love the tradition I started last year where I got Santa's footprints and I put like powdered sugar.
Hmm.
And so then there's like footprints next to and I have sacks with like that you put the toys in. And
Cute.
so I have that, but it's so fun. I love it. Like I actually forgot last year. I'm like, oh, that's right. I don't have anybody to fill up my stocking. So thankfully Forrest just asked once because he's like, why don't you have anything? And I was like, oh, I already looked, I already took a peek, even though I completely forgot. I was like, oh shit, duh.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna notice, like, well, why doesn't mom have stuff for her stocking? So this year I'm getting some stuff so I can like stuff. It's depressing if you think about it, but I'm gonna stuff my
No,
own, I'm
no,
gonna stuff my own stocking. So then I'm like, oh,
it's
look what
really
Santa.
not. I mean, I don't know about it's hard from when I like physically go in to shop for Christmas or like someone's birthday. It is hard for me to like, I'm like, what would they like? Well, let me look at what I would like. And then I'm like, uh-oh, do I need two of these things?
Oh,
Like
bet. Oh,
I end up
please.
buying myself Christmas presents too.
I
So
used to do that at Anthropology pre-kids when I had disposable income. Oh my God, the things I buy myself at Paper Source,
yeah.
Apology. Oh my God, that shit was so cute. I think maybe I'll just do that. I'll like get myself a couple candles,
Yeah.
couple face masks, and I'll just shove stuff in there and like vegan gummies or something like that. Maybe fun gummies. Who knows? Might get crazy this year and get some fun gummies. And maybe I'll do that for myself. I'll be like, wow, Santa was just so generous.
Mhm. Yeah, exactly. Anyway, sorry. What have you been up to?
Sorry, what? Last week we talked literally about our shenanigans for like 45 minutes. Um, I did a few things speaking of Christmas. So I went to World Market. So first before that, we went to a Gilmore Girls pop-up on Saturday. And you heard that right, Gilmore Girls pop-up. So there was like a coffee shop that did like a whole Stars Hollow, Luke Steiner, had this whole thing. By the time we got there, all of the stuff was like kind of sold out. So it was like, okay, whatever. But overall, the vibes were cute. The boys had got a little like brownie muffin situation, and then we went to World Market right after. By the way, like I'm not gonna tell like the name of this place, but the Gilmore Girls pop-up. I ordered the cold brew because that's like always my safe bet.
Mm-hmm.
It was the worst cold brew I've ever had in my entire life. It tasted like watered down coffee, like that's just been sitting around.
Hmm.
It was bad. Like normally you get it and it's like black because
Yeah.
I always say cold brew, light ice, one stevia, and that's like my go-to order anywhere. It was like see-through. I'm like, this isn't cold brew. This is like tea. But it was obviously it tastes like coffee. I'm just like, this isn't good.
Weird.
Uh, but again, I'm not going to say the name. I'm sure they do well
Hmm.
in other departments. They're cold brew, not so much. But then we went to World Market. I haven't been to World Market in years. Years.
Love it. I go
Yeah.
every year.
Oh my God, they have the cutest Christmas stuff. So, a tradition that I've had since pre-kids, for the last like 12 years is every year get a brand new ornament for the tree. So every year you get a fresh ornament and that like represents that year. So this year, I was like, oh my God, World Market's gonna be great. They have so many options. So they did, maybe too many because it took about a half an hour for the boys to decide their one ornament because they kept wanting to have like five. Like,
Hmm.
well, you have a cart, I'll just put all five in there. No, you have to pick one. So thankfully, this then goes to the exiting point, but I'll get to that point. But thankfully, we did choose one. I got a really pretty pink iridescent, like clear glass hummingbird to represent my grandma.
Hmm.
And then Forrest got a snowman and he's been like obsessed with snowman. So I think he even asked, like, can you tell Santa I want a snowman with blueberry mouth and eyes, a carrot nose, and a black top hat? And I was like, sure. So I think I'm gonna either try to make it happen here where I get like the synthetic snow and it's like builds up like a little snowman, and then I'll take him to the snow.
Yeah, that'd be
Then we
cool.
can make our own. But he's been obsessed with snowman. So we got a snowman, and I'm looking to my side because the Christmas tree's right here. Um, but he got a snowman ornament, and then Wyatt's been obsessed with nutcrackers. He
Hmm.
likes to open and close the mouth on his finger. So he got a nutcracker one. Um, but overall, like we spent there, I think like an hour and a half. Just we had the wheelie thing, and of course they thought Miss Moneybags over here. Like we're just gonna throw everything we want in there. And so of
Heck
course,
yeah,
like
Mom.
I'm like, you guys know all of this is gonna be in your stocking and Christmas gifts. Like you're not gonna get half the shit when we get
Yeah,
home. We're not
enjoy.
we're not gonna flip this bag over and you're just gonna take it. No, no, no. I even said, I was like, is it Christmas time? He goes, no. And I was like, yeah, you'll see it on Christmas.
It's that's super cute. I actually have a Christmas tradition that we do every year. I guess we're gonna have to figure out how we do it, but Charlie and I have been doing this since we've been dating, where we go to World Market and we pretend like we don't know each other and we take different shopping carts and
Shut
fill
the
them
fuck
up.
up.
Yeah, we fill them up.
Charlie does that?
We fill them up with items for like our stockings. And last year we brought the boys, so each person got one of the boys. We just did that. It's so cute.
Child trafficking.
Yeah, so cute. And then yeah, you check out. Sometimes like I'll leave, I'll like be like, this is like this one, this is what I want. Sometimes he knows and sometimes he doesn't. But it's really fun to like also really, really hard like in the candy section specifically for me because I'm like, he'll like this. And then it ends up kind of like a me thing, like, oh, I liked this.
Well, if he doesn't eat it, then you will.
Yeah.
Mine is hard because I'm vegan, so I have to like get the vegan candy. And half the time
Yeah.
with my ex, he was always like, "This is boring candy," and I'm like, "It's delicious." I'm like, "Well, I can't get nougat. I can't get like anything with like a center. So mine's always like dark chocolate bars,
Mhm.
gelatin-free gummies. Yay!" But yeah, World Market's awesome. And oh my God, speaking of candy, so of course they spotted the Halloween section that's 50% off. So of course they each had to get bat squishmallow, and that I was like, you can have now. That's the thing that because that makes no sense for Christmas. But
Yeah.
we also got, I'm so excited about this. We got obviously advent calendars. I get them one every year. So they got like the little chocolate calendars. Um, Years prior, I will get like ones that have toys. So
Mhm.
I'm still gonna look for ones that have like the toys because one year we got like a monster jam. So they got those mini monster trucks every single day they would get a new
Oh,
one.
that's cute.
So cute. Um, but I got Candyland gingerbread house.
Oh, cute.
It looks so cute.
Like to build it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll probably have them do that like December 1st.
This is making me sad that I'm going to be away. Like we're gonna be like in Christmas Central and that what I was trying to say was like the hotel that we're gonna stay at in Scotland does like a full-on Christmas feast. And I gotta double check that he might have a Santa coming too. Um, but like what you're saying about like we do advent calendars normally, we go big on like on the presents, on the stockings. And then I heard the cutest tradition from a mom of my niece who's like, she's 17 this year, but last year she was 16. And
Obviously.
she says, she said that she gets this like they all have like those little drawer advent calendars. And so it's like stationary and she like really goes all out on each of the days, like an activity or an experience, or like, if there's nothing, it's like candy or something, like a little something. But I was like, that's really cute. So like, maybe on like the 8th, it's like go see the Nutcracker, or like go ice skating, make cookies. I'm like,
That,
I'm stealing that.
speaking of, I'm actually going to do that. This is going to be the first year I'm going to attempt,
Hmm.
because we'll see if that actually works because we know how long it could be. I'm going to take the boys to see the Nutcracker because
Cute.
Wyatt is obsessed with nutcrackers right now, like I said. So I'm like, "Pff." And Forrest is patient, and they both can last through movies like no problem.
Mhm.
As long as I have like snacks for them and some toys like they can like play with. So I think I'll bring nutcrackers, like physical nutcrackers. I'll bring toys, like in my bag, like little ones that if they really need to mess with something. But otherwise, like they'll be so entranced by the fact that it's like literally, and I think I talked about this on one of our episodes. Yeah, I definitely did. When I was watching Center Stage and the last scene when they do the big number and like the whole production, they were both literally like mouth agape, just like, this is the most amazing thing I'm ever seeing. So I'm like, hello, if they like that, imagine them singing it in real life with an orchestra. Like,
You should look if near you has one, but for sure,
oh
San
no,
Jose.
there's like 15 near me.
Oh no, but what I was gonna say is San Jose Performing Arts has a children's one
Ooh.
specifically full of kids. It's only an hour long.
Oh, not three.
Yeah, with a break in between. It might even be a little shorter. And
Wait, that might be fun to do.
yeah, but then maybe there's like a kid option as well closer to you. But if not San Jose, you could do a San Jose one. And it's really fun. But you should look for tickets ASAP because
Like
that
now.
yeah, so
Um, okay, that actually is something I'm gonna definitely look into because I wasn't even thinking about the fact that there is something I did get targeted for when I was starting to look at tickets and stuff. They do a Nutcracker tea party for kids.
oh my God, how
And they
cute.
have little performances with ballerinas. The Nutcracker comes out and all this. They do have that local here. So I'm wondering maybe I should do that and not actually try to push for them to do the 3 hour Nutcracker.
Yeah, that's true. That is amazing. Adorable.
Yeah.
I love it. We love the Nutcracker here too.
I
So,
love it. I've seen it myself as an adult pre-kid. So of course, like, and I love productions. Like you and me both love the musicals and stuff like that. And I love symphonies. I loved going to see, I saw Harry Potter and I saw Lord of the Rings Symphony, both at the San Jose Performing Arts. Sobbed,
mm,
sobbed during, because I saw Harry Potter and Deathly Hallows.
hmm.
So at the end, it just says always, and it says like RIP Alan Rickman at the end. And I literally was like, sobbing. Um, but yeah, I definitely will look into that. But no, I'm excited because I'm very much like, I want them to have fun, have their like toys and things they can have, but I want them to have fun events too, like as a Christmas thing. So Nutcracker event would be part of their Christmas gift.
Hmm.
And I'll make it be like, oh, Santa, like, and it'll be like a special envelope or something like Santa sent this in the mail. Like, what is it?
That'd be
You
cute.
know,
Love it. I love this Christmas talk.
me too.
I
It
hate
makes
to
me,
break it up.
oh, I know. Well, and then, okay. Also, uh, today's Veterans Day. So thank you to all who served.
Hmm.
We do thank you for your, sacrifice and what you've done for our country. That is in Hell in a Handbasket. But I decided, okay, I need to tackle my plants, which would then for some reason turned into me rearranging furniture. And then I had a flashback of, do you remember as a child or preteen, teenager, where you would spend all day rearranging your room And all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, I have so much more space. Oh my God, my room is so much bigger now. Come here, look at my room. I've changed everything. Like, do you remember that excitement?
100%. But I don't think that kids do that anymore.
I used to draw up little floor plans. Like, this is where the bed's gonna go now. This is where my dresser's
Oh,
gonna go
I
now. Like,
love that.
moving furniture as a child, which is like think weird to think back because I never asked for help. I just did it.
Yeah, same.
So yeah, I moved so much stuff around like in my dining room area because that's where my plants are kind of hubbed because they're by the two big windows. And I moved things around and I'm like, I just made an extra like 2 feet of clearance around my dining table. Why didn't I do this before?
But sometimes you have to like live with it to know, like, like, okay, this does not work. And then you can try something else. I actually really love that. Even still as an
Love it.
adult, like you can still play, you can still rearrange,
Oh
make
my
it
God.
feel
And
refreshed.
I do it with the kids' rooms all the time. And I'm just like, "Ugh, so much more room for activities." But that was my day. What did you do today? Did you have to work?
No, I had the day off and I had to capitalize on it. So I did so much laundry. Oh my God. I was like, it was never ending laundry.
Dude, if I had in unit, I have laundry like right out there. But if I
Mhm.
had in unit, oh my God, I'd be doing laundry all the time. I'd be like, this pillow smells a little musky. I'm gonna clean all my pillows
Flush
now.
it. I did, yeah, I had to, and I had off air I told you about like my allergies have been really bad, so I took all the sheets off. I vacuumed the mattress, okay, and just to see how satisfying it is, I made sure
Mm.
that the container was like clean so that I could see because I have a little Dyson, I could see like the disgustingness that came out of the mattress, and I was like, like,
I have a green machine, and I can tell you the pleasure
hmm
seeing that black water come out from like the little thing when you pour it into the sink
yeah,
to clean it out. You're like,
disgusting, yeah,
that was living below my
filthy,
feet.
yeah.
It's disgusting.
So I wanted to use the green machine today on this headboard, but I ran out of time, so I vacuumed it. Also, like very satisfying. And then I packed just the boys so far for our trip.
Oh yeah, and that's why we're recording early. So
Mhm.
what are you up to this week?
We are going to the Mouse House, aka Disneyland. I'm so excited. I was like planning their little outfits. We went, like I mentioned, this weekend we went to Target and there was a Christmas Mickey sweater that they actually picked out over
Oh,
like
they did.
yes. And I was like, yes, thank you. Okay. So they're gonna have the cutest day one outfit. It's gonna be like little preppy, like little Mickey collar that we already had, like a Mickey button up, and then the sweater and some cute cargo pants. And I'm like, adorable. Day two, also really cute. Packed the PJs. Um,
How many days are you out there?
so we'll be there 3 days total, but we're coming back on that third.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
4 days, sorry. So we leave Thursday. We'll get there Thursday, spend the night, wake up.
Do you
Um,
do like downtown Disney first night, or do you just go straight to your hotel and just decompress for the night
um, well, this is our first time staying in this other hotel, and I don't remember the name of it, so it's not quite like
right
down,
there?
yeah, Disney. So, but normally, yeah, we would kind of like we check it out. I think in the past we stayed the night in like Paso or like nearby. We did a Pismo Beach once, and then we kind of made it like a 2 day because we like to take one. This time we're taking five. We're getting straight to it, so we'll probably get to like Anaheim like 6, 7, and then probably put the boys down and maybe that I think that's it, right? Go to bed and
Well,
then
you can't really be like, "Hey, kids, sleep
no.
through the night. Bye." Like that would be. Could you imagine if you were literally just about to be like, "Yeah, and we'll just take the monitors with us. It'll be fine." Oh my God, so many people would be like, "Okay, so that's our most viewed video," because of all the parents being like, "Are you fucking crazy?" Like,
Um,
you should at least order in from like, what is that Italian restaurant that's in downtown Disney? You should like order in takeout or something from there so you can have like a pretend like first night downtown Disney
yeah.
experience.
The thing I will say though, like when you have small kids and you're staying in the same room, you do have to leave the room so that they fall asleep. Otherwise, they won't fall asleep. At least
Oh, you didn't get one that has a separate room?
no, 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 no. So
Mm,
you kind of have to. So we've sat outside of the room.
in the hallway?
Yeah, and like waited and just like you wait and then you're like, okay.
Bless her heart.
Yeah. Anyway, so um yeah, so we'll do that and then we'll wake up in the morning and then it kind of starts. But we basically have 2 days of tickets and then you leave on the next day. Like go to bed, wake up and then head home. No, I'm so excited. I think this will be really cute. They are 39-ish inches tall, like 39 and a half, I think. And you have to be 40 to ride the Lightning McQueen
40
ride.
inches.
40 inches. And they're
And they're
30,
what?
like 39 and a half.
Just put little lifts in their shoes.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. I'm like little like extra socks in there.
Yeah, just like fold
Plus
socks
like a
really.
hat.
Hmm. Hat with ears.
A hat with ears. They
Wait,
I
do they
like
have ears? Do
um
they wear ears?
they probably wouldn't keep the ears on. I have ears, which reminds me, I definitely sorry, I'm like lifting my computer so I can okay. It was like uneven and I had to move. I'm sorry, I'm old.
No, it's fine. And well, also because like when I do edit this, I'm gonna be like, well, she's like halfway cut off because she's like
No,
off center for a bit.
I just gotta like
Um,
move it for a second. But no, I have ears and I've put them on them. I've wanted to get them the Musketeer ears. I think those are super cute.
like with the hat, the ones that are on the
Yeah,
like little
mhm.
Mickey.
And
Yeah.
get their names on it. We'll
Yes.
see. We'll see.
Or get the you know what one I really want as an adult, like when I go, because I'm planning 5 and 7. When they're
Yep.
5 and 7, that's like my goal because like as a single mom, you kind of have to like budget and like plan ahead. So I'm like, it's gonna take some time for me to like get this going. So my goal is when they're 5 and 7, I really want to get the conductor hat that has the ears on it.
Cute.
They have like the red, cute, so cute, red bedazzled conductor hat with the gold bill
Oh,
and
I
then
haven't seen
black
that.
ears. Oh my God, it looks like a train conductor.
I gotta look that up. Okay.
It is the cutest fucking hat you've ever seen in your life. I personally have the Disney 50-year anniversary ears, so the diamond ones with
Hmm.
the blue mini bow, and then I have the rose gold sparkles. So I have cute ass ears for sure, but I really want that conductor hat. Like that's
Is
my like
I
goal.
see the conductor hat, but it's in blue. You said it. There's
There's
one
a red one, yeah.
red one. Okay, I gotta look that up.
Mickey hat.
Cute.
There is one. So, oh, there's also a gold bedazzled one too.
Ooh.
That's super cute. It just looks like a train conductor hat. I've seen a red one where oh wait, maybe it's golden. I've seen a red one though, but it's gold and black here.
Oh
Yeah,
my
this is great
God.
for audio podcast.
All right, guys.
Um,
Anyways.
look it up if you're not sure what I'm talking about. But yeah,
Yeah.
they do make a bedazzled one and it's so freaking cute.
Yeah. I think like there's just so much like items merch that I could like spend my money on
You can
happily.
go in debt.
You could literally go in debt. I went to Comic-Con a couple years ago and I was like, I'm never wearing one of those, what is it, like the fly, I don't even know the brand, whatever fly little Disney backpacks that everyone wears.
Oh,
And
I know exactly what you're talking about.
and then we went to like I didn't go to Disney for like maybe 12 to 15 years. Like I went when I was like 20.
Mhm.
And then I didn't go back until we had kids. And then I was like, this is fun. And so I'm at a Comic-Con and I'm like, give me one of those backpacks. So I have a full-on like Dumbo conductor backpack. It's really cute. And I'm like, who am I? Who the hell am I? Now I have ears and I'm dressing my kids in this shit. I'm like, this is too much. I'm like, what is the snack? What are we doing? What is the like specialty like dessert?
Oh no, I'm literally like, okay, Dole Whip is vegan. I'm gonna have that. I'm gonna have a pretzel, which is usually dry as fuck, so get extra mustard. And
It's
then I'm
funny the
pretty,
pretzel.
there's like, thankfully they have expanded their menus because when I went, it was like I feel like I created a video on my old YouTube channel actually. I used to create recipe videos and I did a vegan at Disneyland video and there was a lot of options surprisingly back then. Well, I'm excited for you to have such a fun weekend. Yeah, I cannot wait to take my kids. So I will live vicariously through your posts and stuff. So make sure you post.
Mm-hmm.
But on that note, let's skim the surface of what the fuck Trump news because Trump is still in his bullshit. And it kind of carries into what we choose because he's ever present in all areas of all things.
He
So
really is.
you can
Yeah.
never escape the orange man.
Nope.
Um, so actually, let's discuss the latest marriage stat that I read, which is in the 1990, 90% or 91%, sorry, switch those up. In 1970, 91% of women were married by 30. Today, it's only 32%.
That's wild. That's a huge disparity like between those
Huge.
different decades and times in life. Wow.
Well, it says in 1970, 91% of women were married by the time they hit 30. Today, it's just 32%. The change reflects a cultural shift. Women prioritize education, careers, and independence before settling down. Marriage is no longer a default milestone, but a choice, part of a broader, more self-directed timeline. Modern adulthood values ambition, personal growth, freedom, all showing that love that and success that no longer have to follow traditional rules. So now it's just more of like rings are optional. It's not always the end all be all.
Hmm.
So what are your thoughts? Because obviously you're a married woman. What are your thoughts? Because I mean, like obviously me, I'm like, fuck that. I'll live alone forever. I don't care.
I think I got married at 30, 31. I think it
So
was
you
like
were like right there on the cusp. You're part of the
yeah.
32%.
Yeah. Well, I might have been 30, 31 or 32. God, I'm forgetting how old. But anyways, I
It was 2017.
2017.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, so 8 years ago. Yeah, so I was basically 31. Um, I think that's all power to women. I think that that does show that the value is placed different. It's in a different category now. Like you said, it's on education, it's on career, it's on personal um growth and honestly, I think that it's just different times. Like men are different, women are different now today, and our values are different, and then we have way more distractions. So how can we possibly expect and our life expectancy is like, oh, well, kind of took a shitter and like I just heard that it's 80 and I think it used to be like a little bit higher,
Well, yeah,
but
and with no healthcare, like we're all fucked.
yeah. I think that it's just different and it makes sense, right? I was not ready to have kids at 30. So
Fuck no.
I
I was
couldn't even
35 when I
imagine.
had mine.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
couldn't even imagine like you always think about like, oh, my mom or my parents were this age when they had when they
My
had
mom got pregnant at 19.
yeah. I mean, so it always like you always kind of think about that. And then for me, I was like, there's no way like I would even do that in my 20s. So I totally agree. Yes, I got married like in my 30s, but yeah, I think it was the best decision. My frontal lobe was not fully formed in my 20s like anyone else. So
No, I think they say like 25. Like once you hit 25, it's like when your actual frontal lobe is completely fully developed.
I don't know about you, but I've always felt like a late bloomer in everything, like last to just kind of do all of the things, and I'm okay with that. So I don't think I was even like if my yeah just was not ready. But now I think it's good.
Well, I have something to say.
Nah.
You said something. You touched onto something that totally sparked us like, that's accurate. Um, I think it's also a difference that in 1970, men provided. They don't really do that anymore. They don't provide. It's a very rare occasion when men are like the bringing home the bacon while the women fry it up in a pan. It's no, now we all have to have two income households. In my case, I'm the bacon bringer, ew. And the vegan bacon bringer, and I'm frying it up in a pan. But I feel like when I was in a relationship, I worked full time. I took care of the kids full time. I did it all, and men are no longer just providing. They're not the ones who are bringing home the income. They're not the ones that are paying the bills. Well, it's completely different world. It doesn't exist how it once did in the 70s, where women could
Yeah.
stay home and be the, you know, take care of the kids, take care of the house, take care of this and that and all the other things while the man provides the income and, the stability.
I don't think though that like it's fair to put it just on men because it's our economy. Our
That's true.
economy is not built for a single breadwinner. It is just not. I mean,
Unless the man's job is like finance.
but you're talking about like yeah, I mean, but even still, probably not, and especially not in the Bay Area. Depending on where you are, like you might have it might we might be seeing this because we're both in California, but like in other states, I think it's maybe a little bit easier. But just in general, things are so expensive right now. It would not sit right with me it was not even an option. Like we wouldn't survive, like to do that. And so it's just,
If
it's
it
just,
was not you, if you weren't working right now, you probably wouldn't be going to Disneyland. You wouldn't probably be having these trips for Christmas time.
no, I don't
It,
think that there would be a roof. The roof over my head would be different. It would look
Mhm.
different. It would, and I'm happy to contribute. Um, and so that we can have this. But like the American dream, right? Just looks so different now. And like it comes with
So
so much
different.
sacrifices.
Even from the 90s.
Yeah. It's
Like
yeah, disproportionately, right? Like houses cost like the percentage of like what your income to like what a house costs now and like what percent it takes from your income is hugely different. And so it's just where I think that it's like stress, like when you're talking about like the younger generation who aren't getting married, it's like stress of like the economy, the uncertainty of the economy, and the fact that like you have men and women who are like very distracted in the sense that there's so many options out there, not even just like on like a mate of who you can be with, but also like food, what you're watching, like where you're living, what vacation are you gonna, there's just so much. So it's just, I think the odds are stacked against, um,
the odds are not in your
yeah,
favor.
on both sides. So,
Yeah. Um, I also think there was something that did pop out in that stat was women are no longer settling down. And I dare I say settling. I feel like back in the day, they would kind of just find a man who was eligible enough and they would, hitch their wagon to it or whatever the old saying is. So I think that maybe that has also changed. Again, you play into the whole, there's just so many options out there now. It's like, well, now you don't just have like your family, friends, brother's best friend as like the only option really in your wheelhouse. You now have the ability to go on your phone and find other potential eligible suitors, and comparison charts, Venn diagrams, if you will. Of what is
yeah,
this one bringing? Pros and cons list. What is this one bringing to the table? Which one's this one bringing? Blah, blah, blah.
it goes on both sides. It's like
Yeah,
men have all a bunch of options and women
sure
do.
do.
I don't know. I think settling is so harsh. Like I think about my grandparents and like
Was
they
it an arranged marriage?
no
Just kidding.
maybe a little bit. No, but like people got married so young and like the first, persons. It's just uh,
Whoever laid their jacket over the puddle for the first time,
yeah,
he won my
yeah.
heart forever.
Yeah, I don't know. But also, it's like, is there a happy medium? Like maybe it's not so disconnected, but also not like where you're not making maybe the wisest choice because you're like, if you're thinking about like your grandparents or that kind of generation who just like chose the first person who came along. Somewhere in the middle, maybe, depends on the story, but I don't know. I guess I come with it with like a little bit of a different lens for like both sides, both genders.
And I'm sorry, yeah, I do sound extremely jaded, but obviously if you know me, you know the reason why I am jaded. But I'm cautiously optimistic that one day there will be an eligible person that comes across that can handle the fact that I am a jaded human and I am fully reasoned as to why. Uh,
Totally. Yeah.
but also is the fact that like I do know that there is It's not all men.
No, it
It's
isn't.
not, I promise. Like, I'm not that girl. I'm not that mindset. Like, it's all men. Blah, blah, blah. No, I'm, like I said, cautiously optimistic. There is a potential person out there. It's just going to take a lot of taking the little thing and like chiseling away at my,
It's a proof in the pudding, I think, for you. Like, and any woman out there who may be listening, or man who's been like completely jaded and who has really negative experience. This is when like someone new comes in and the proof is like in the pudding. Like they literally are showing you, not just telling you like
exactly.
this is how I am in a relationship, and like they're giving you that like confirmation without you having to go search for it. You're not wondering when the other shoe is going to drop because it just is consistent.
And it's again, you just said it, show. Because
Show.
you can run your mouth all day long talking about all the things you're going to promise and all the things you want to do, blah, blah, blah. And if it doesn't actually come to fruition, then you're just all talk, no action. And no woman wants an all talk, no action fella.
Totally, right?
Just
No.
saying.
Yeah, I'm sure there are plenty of it's like for me like um not like just men but women, like emotionally intelligent people that I think like makes a difference, not even just like romantically but like on this planet. That's what we need.
True that. Preach, preach. Fist pump in the air.
Heck
Any.
yeah.
Speaking of fist pump in the air, I actually want to skip to the bottom of the list because have you seen the Nazi shirts at Walmart?
I have not, and I'm so excited to look over. I'm
Click.
also gonna
Okay.
move into the living room. Sorry, guys.
Okay. So click the last link that I have on the list, and it's literally the Walmart shirt. It says paper beats rock, and no joke, it has a little salute over a fist pump in the air. So let's just like, who thought this was like, you know what? This is not at all Nazi propaganda. I swear, it's just a good old-fashioned shirt with about paper beats rock. Duh. Sold at Walmart. So Walmart actually gave a statement because this has been floating around the last like 36 hours. Um, and there's like shirts, there's sweatshirts, there's many of attire where you can get it and literally just says paper beats rock, Nazi salute, fist in the air. It does not look good. It is not oh, it's a good old fashioned rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Like it's not that. Like you're so deluded if you think that's actually it. People are not oversensitive about it. It legitimately, if you look at it, we will include the link in the description as per usual. It is straight up Nazi salute and fist in the air. So Walmart said we have zero tolerance for any prohibited or offensive products appearing in our marketplace. The items in question were listed by a third-party seller and have been removed from our site for violating and prohibited products policy. When issues like this are identified, we act immediately to remove them. It was literally up for, I want to say, 3 days. And people were like in an uproar for like 3 days straight. And strengthen our systems to prevent a reoccurrence. The trust of our customers, the integrity of our platform remain paramount. Okay, that was a ChatGPT response. How does it
There a
even?
long dash in the
Oh my God, that's always a tell. I always have
yeah.
to, anytime that I always, because like, will I'll use it for like case studies and stuff because obviously I need to like put so much data into one area. I will have to remove every single long dash. Um, that's not good, y'all. Like, how does that even get passed and stay up there? I think it was actually up for like a week. And then it was just the last 3 days. It was an uproar. People being like, what is going on? It was like being promoted on Walmart.
Oh my God, that's embarrassing. Yeah, it's definitely racist and
Again, it's not rock, paper, scissors.
yeah, I don't it looks it looks like what it looks like.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm. We'll include the link. But yeah, you guys, I think there should be a, I understand Amazon has third-party sellers, Etsy has third-party sellers. Obviously, we already know about the alligator Alcatraz merch on Etsy.
Oh yeah.
Again, like there's third-party sellers left and right. We get it. But there has to be some filtering process. Like you can't just raw dog a fucking product and just it just lives online and it be fine. Like no, there has to be a filter process, I feel like that needs to come into play.
Yeah, I agree.
Oof.
Seems like something AI can do.
Exactly. Just have like a freaking auto
Mhm.
auto scan.
Yeah, that's like auditing.
does this look suspicious to you? Like that's all you have to do is like that's the simplest prompt you could possibly
Could
feed.
this be conceived?
Conceived,
Nope, that's not the right word. Anyway,
contrived, and yeah,
uh,
perceived.
perceived. Thank
Perceived.
you. Perceived as racist.
Yeah.
Thank you. Anyways, good to know about Walmart. Okay.
And also, I'm not sure if you heard the news. Well, the government shutdown is coming to an end. You know why? Because the Democrats caved.
Hmm.
And guess who's not happy about it? Jon Stewart.
Hmm.
He rips them a new one. He rips them a new asshole. I want to say this was yesterday. Daily Show host Jon Stewart went off, like full on hands in the air, like where I get like on the second part of as I get second glass deep into recording where my hands just go all over the place. He did that during his rant. He was
Hmm.
very upset. Um, so he basically reprimanded the Democrats who caved and voted with Republicans to reopen the government without getting any of their demands met. Not just like a couple weren't met, none of them were met. Stewart said Democrats have no chance at passing an extension for ACA subsidies. And he said, and I quote, I can't fucking believe it.
Yeah, I don't
He,
think we got very much. Like what did you get kind of thing,
well,
what
and also 40 days already. Like, hold on
we're
tight,
already
y'all.
in the hole. Like let's I don't know. I mean, I was listening to the news on a podcast on Apple,
Mhm.
and it just seems like the negotiating skills here, which should be prevalent with your like politicians, that should be pretty much prevalent. That you should be a good negotiator. It just seems like bad negotiating 101. You're already like 40 days in. What are you getting? And I get it that like some of these people are being pressured by their
Backed
constituents,
into a corner.
backed
Yeah,
into
yeah,
a
yeah.
corner, blah blah blah. But yeah, it definitely, and it's not a guarantee. Like everything that they like got is nothing is guaranteed, and so it just feels like such a waste. Um,
And also, they're saying that the ones that did vote to just fucking do it, like, just let's reopen the government, let's just agree. There's a list of 8 Democrats, and
mhm.
a chunk of those um, they aren't even running again. So they basically have nothing to lose.
Oh no. I mean, yeah, I think if the rest of your party isn't caving, it just shows like that the Democrats are just, there's this disconnect, right? Of like the type of Democrats that we have, the more progressive ones, the ones who are like ready to like make changes. I was a little disappointed too. But also like I definitely like understand some of it because some people aren't getting paid anymore and there's just like some clear massive ripples. What do you think about like seeing, I'm sure you saw a lot of it, like in France or in I think it's in Canada when there's a government shutdown, they fire or they have a re-election for all of the politicians. Like
And
you
I,
do your job, like goodbye, see you later.
it's not a matter of like they just go on vacation during the shutdown. No,
Yeah.
no, no. Like you can literally come back and your job is lost. You can have zero job. You'll have a re-election. So yeah, I did repost the Canadian one where
Yeah.
it literally just said Canadian here. Just to let you know, like if the shutdown ever happens, we have an actual re-election.
It is that's so genius because it's a deterrent for these politicians to do this, to use this as a bargaining, chip. And that seems like, okay, maybe you'll actually get shit done that everybody needs versus like holding this like government shutdown as like a bargaining chip, which we shouldn't be doing. So there's just so many cracks in our government. I'm starting to like think that like maybe we're not perfect.
Gasp.
Mind, I'm sorry. One more time.
Well, enough about that. So let's talk about how Kim Davis can suck a bag of dicks. So yeah, I want to say Monday. Monday.
Hmm.
Yes. The US Supreme Court has declined to overturn Obergefell and Hodges. I'd probably butchered the shit out of that. Its landmark ruling that legalized same-sex marriage. So on Monday, the court denied the appeal from Kim Davis, who can go fuck herself, the former Kentucky county clerk who made headlines for refusing to sign marriage licenses for gay couples. Kelly Robinson, president of the Human Rights Campaign, said in a statement, "Today, love won again." When public officials take an oath to serve their communities, that promise extends to everyone, including the LGBTQ plus community. The Supreme Court made clear today that refusing to respect the constitutional rights of others does not come without consequences. So finally, someone's actually looking at the Constitution and following it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, Kim Davis, you can really go fuck yourself. You, she's like the most hated person right now. Literally, there's like just posts just with her face saying, "Go fuck yourself, Kim Davis." So, she's definitely not feeling any love as she is warranted. If you have hate in your heart, you deserve hate back. That's you put out and you get it back. That's my two thoughts.
You know, it's funny. I was gonna say like Kim Davis, I hope you have never ending split ends. And then I don't know what she looks like, but I just clicked on her picture. She has never ending split ends.
Someone, I'm okay. I did not say this. I did not say this, and I'm going to say that again because I am not a hateful person on mic. I always defend my hateness with actual evidence of why the person should be hated. I am very much like that. I don't just hate willy-nilly. There is evidence to prove as to why there should be hate. Um, so I did not personally say this quote, but it was fucking hilarious. She apparently is on her fourth divorce, and someone goes, like, anyone's gonna want to take advice from someone who's on their fourth divorce and has the body of Grimace. Exactly. Exactly.
Oh, wow.
She's
Why
so
is there
she's so hate. She is
you
such hate in her heart.
the pictures of her though? Have you seen them? She looks like what is that? What is the show like the sister? She looks like a sister
Sister
wife.
Wives. That's where I was thinking. I was like,
Hair.
why is she so plain?
She looks like a sister wife, past her prime. Honestly, she looks like a chicken nugget, like with long hair. I'm done. Goodbye.
Dami said it, and I agree.
Like a McDonald's chicken nugget, like
Yeah,
one of the
like the boot.
yeah, but like really long hair. She also looks kind of like she was like a theater kid,
Stringy
so
hair, like stringy
very
hair.
long stringy hair. And I'm sorry for my like theater fellow theater kids, but like like that like there's always like one like or two
Cliche theater kid.
cliche theater kids who ends up working like set design.
Mhm. I didn't have the talent to carry a tune, so I can really never be a theater kid. I only thing I ever did was I played the nurse in Romeo and Juliet, and that was my first and last production because I realized the stage was not meant for me.
Listen, I was always a tree or a rock, something, some kind
Rock
of
on, rock.
animal. So you know what? It's okay. Being a nurse is great.
Exactly. I had a couple lines. I cannot remember them to this day because I was like stage fright where I was just like, I'm just gonna say my lines and call it a day, and I will be off once the light turns down, and I'm gone. Bye. Um, well, fuck you, Kim Davis. Anywho, so the next one is a one-third of boys think that women's rights don't matter. You heard that right. Boys. So a new study shows that 1 in 3 teenage boys in the UK think that women's rights have gone too far. They've gone far enough. Many say feminism has gone too far, and it's easy to blame the internet. Yeah. Uh, Online spaces are shaping how boys see women and power. But this isn't just about algorithms or influencers, it's about what boys are learning or not learning at home, in the classrooms, and in their daily lives. So if equality sounds threatening, it means the story of equality has been told wrong. Um, I saw something recently that said Denmark, which actually I'm just gonna straight up skip ahead. So Denmark, I'll come back, but this is part of the good news we're sipping. Denmark requires every child aged 6 to 16 to take weekly empathy classes that includes being kind to animals. In Danish schools, children ages 6 to 16 take part in a weekly session called Klassenstid, aka class hour, during of which they practice listening, discussing issues, supporting one another. This hour is of emotional learning and is treated as seriously as academic subjects like math and English.
Yeah, that's good.
I think America needs to legitimately look into that
Hmm.
because I think that's what we're lacking. We're lacking thoughts on empathy and respect. Like I know me and you as like boy moms, we are teaching our boys respect. We obviously can only do so much in our homes, obviously, until we leash them into the world and like hope for the best. But like I constantly use the word respect. Like if Forrest, for instance, t like talks over me while I'm trying to say something, I'll be like, respect that I'm talking. Let me finish my sentence. And
Hmm.
then like it's like a constant thing, like where you have to do this at home. It doesn't just like send your kids off to school, they'll learn enough and come back. Like, no, you have to teach this and show this. Like, dare I say, even like the husbands need to show respect to the wife in front of the children, because then they'll see that as like this is what we do in our household. We respect the women. If you don't show that respect in front of your children ever in the house, your children are going to grow up thinking like, well, I don't need to respect a woman because my daddy didn't. Like, and that's also
Hmm.
why I'm single. So anyway, um, I just don't want my children to ever grow up to think like they are able to treat people like they're less than because of their gender.
Totally. Yeah. Uh, I think I haven't done enough research into this, and I feel like there's so much more to do, like actual scientists to do, in like why young boys or why boys and young men feel this way. And this is just like an assumption of like I think, part of it is like how are they um digesting some of these stories on feminism, but the other and what's going on in their households, um but also like they're in this time where what is in the media a lot is on like men doing this. And I think that it's good because we need the like everyone needs to kind of like talk about it kind of thing. The what's the word? Like it needs to be highlighted. But at the same time, I want, at least for my boys, I think that anyone, whether you're a man or a woman, you need to feel proud of who you are. um, and I think it's maybe hard to be proud of who you are when you have like these different narratives of what it is to be a man. It's it's hard, right? Like if I'm not a man and they have a big job on their shoulders, right? Like a young boys to grow up and be respectful because they should treat others fairly and all the same like with kindness. It
And
sounds
still, it's still there's that argument of like there's a lot of arguments being said now actually is there's lack of masculinity being taught and all this and like let's be pro-masculine. We're not saying let's be less masculine, like ha raise boys that are less masculine. That's not at all what we're saying.
I don't know. I agree. I don't think we're saying that, but I also think like it gets lost because it's like it's massive disparities. It's either um mass shootings and murders and rapists or like fuck women, or it's like I'm
Metaphorical and literal.
yeah, or it's like you're not man enough. Where is like the middle? Where is it okay for a young boy to like make mistakes, which he shouldn't when it comes to like respect, but like how does he find his way? Is like where as a mom, like how do I shepherd that for my son? On like it's okay to like find your way as a man, be proud of who you are as a man. And that narrative isn't talked about as much. And um maybe that's why it's like this pendulum of like kids who are going in the wrong direction. Like no, don't just because like you're hearing that all men suck and blah blah blah, blah doesn't mean that you suck as a man. Okay, and it doesn't, so it just seems like such a hard place to be, and we're not talking about it enough. And I don't have all the answers either.
No, and
I see
I'm
I see it like it's something that's like I've been thinking about for for my own boys.
well, and also I'm doing that tricky situation where I actually have to take on the father role and the mother role
Yeah.
with my boys. So I actually do read articles and read stats and read things like this, like outside of us doing our podcast. I
Mm-hmm.
actually do a lot of research because I need to like I obviously have like I I'm not dumb to this. I have masculine energy. I am very aware. I have like I will be the top tier, top dog, whatever. Have that naturally in me and my bones, thank God.
I don't know.
Um,
Yeah.
so it's like I have no problem playing both roles, but I also need to know like what's the latest things on like the most recommended way to do this and that because I don't want to raise children that have like the masculinity has died out in them or whatever. It's like, no, I want them to have equal, like they're masculine.
Balance.
They have that energy, but
Yeah.
they respect women. They also can defend women. They also can support women. So
Mhm.
it's a matter of like all of the ticking of every single box. And that's the most important thing to me is how can I instill that in them being just one person playing two roles?
Yeah. You're trying to make a well-rounded human, well-rounded men.
Hmm.
And it's a lot. It's a lot in today's age. So, anyways, I just wanted to recognize that I just see like these massive disparities, and I want to make sure that there's also a space for like not by any means like you're not doing this, but like that society is making space for men to be celebrated as well, you know,
Yeah.
because
No, I want my boys to literally be grown men that both have amazing relationships that support their partner in emotionally, mentally, physically, as well as like just in the world. And I want them to also have that ability to be proud of themselves and how far they've come in their life. So it's like there's all that that's all we can really hope for. And it's like that's what I'm also pushing to is like I never want them to just be a subsidiary or like feel as though they need to like die down a certain part of them. I want them to know that they're capable of it all.
yeah, I love that. I love that. But boys have been like having boys has just been like this magical, experience of just so much energy, all but just really cuddly and sweet and kind and funny and crazy and wild, like all of the emotions. And it's just like this, you just want to like bottle it, and keep it because it's where like the magic of like life is with these young boys and
Mhm.
girls too, I'm sure. I just
I'm
don't know.
sure.
But like,
We're both
yeah.
jaded for that reason because we both have boys.
Yeah.
So
I have
I
no doubt the girls are too, but like it's just so sweet. And I think that in its essence of like tending to that childhood and love and care that we're doing here with them is going like that is what sets them up to be great men. So I have no doubt that we're going to be great at that. So
well, and I think that also kind of plays into my thought process just went completely blank. Um no, I think that also it's like I personally love the fact that I have kind of ended my issue with my personally how I am just like as a person. I've never been touchy-feely. I've never been like overly like affectionate like physically like in unless it's like behind closed doors in the moment or whatever. Like that's the only time like in world of life I've never been like touchy-feely. Just because that's like not really I was not really in an overly huggy like type of house
Mm-hmm.
per se. So I've completely been very self-aware. Thank you, therapy, too, of like just being very self-aware of who I am and have been growing up my entire life. So I've actually flipped the script because I jokingly talked about this with my friend Brittany today, funny enough. And I even said, because like I saw something online, it's like when you're coming from a non-hugging household and like when someone's crying, you just pat them on the back because you don't really know like how to like
How to
deal with
handle
that.
it.
So I was like, I've actually turned it around because like I personally make sure my kids are hugged 1,000 times a day, kissed all the time. Like they're so loved and so like affectionate to the point where Wyatt will literally, while I'm working, just randomly come up, like grab my hand, kiss it, and run away. And I'm like, I'm raising boys to be very like okay with them, like
Mhm.
showing that love and affection. So yeah, fingers crossed that we're doing our very best and we turn our two both sets of children that are boys into amazing partners for their future partners down the line.
Mhm.
If they
Absolutely.
if they choose to do so, because who knows? They may be independent men who need no man slash woman. But speaking of man slash woman, last thing before we get into what we watched,
Yes.
something that came up that actually I meant to talk about last episode, but thankfully it hasn't been that long. New York Times article ran last week saying, "Did women ruin the workplace?"
Mhm.
Of course, with the backlash, they changed the title to say, "Nope, just kidding. That's not what we meant. Did liberal feminism ruin the workplace?" That's what we meant. JK, LOL. So the New York Times published a conversation between the conservative columnists and two writers about how bad ladies have screwed up corporate culture with their presence. That's literally the article. Um, basically, a man at the New York Times sincerely asked, "Did women ruin the workplace?" He invited Helen Andrews and Leah Sargent to discuss the topic with him on his podcast. But the episode and article both quickly changed to say, "Did liberal feminism ruin the workplace?" Because they obviously got a lot of feedback. A lot of people were like, "I think every woman in the New York Times needs to walk out right now," for fair enough reasons. So his guests seem to be toying with the idea that women are screwing things up for men. With our existence and perhaps the expectation that we deserve progressively equitable, equal, whatever, I'm just going to say equal workplaces. In the past 20 years, we've managed to close that pesky pay gap by a whole 4%. Just FYI. So basically, the whole episode goes on to basically talk about how uh, women are ruining the workplace for men. And it's not even like shied around. It's just like the title got changed to
Why?
make it feel less.
How are we ruining it?
Let me do a little good old summarize.
Just examples of how women ruin the workplace are just traits misattributed to femininity, while in reality they are not exclusively that, as women and men can behave in similar manners and fail at the same things. If the idea is that women are unfit to be in the workplace because it is unnatural for them, then I raise it's also unnatural for men. Women are not the only ones who find fault with the system in place at work, but why are they the only ones being asked to divorce themselves from the workplace, being restrained to a workplace for the majority of one's week, being forced to prioritize work over oneself and needs is unnatural for humans in general. What we see is people being placed into situations in institutions where different levels of power are stripped from them, and these people then act out. Um,
So basically, also what is being said, and I'm going to drop this in our chat so you can see it too. Oh, I can't send that much information. So here, let me share this. But I had it summarized the entire article because it is a lengthy article, and I don't want you to obviously have to read through all of it. So here, take a look at that. But I'm going to go over a couple of talking points that were pulled from the article about the wokeness and feminization of narrative. So basically, Helen Andrews argues that the workplace has become feminized via wokeness, and that women or feminism are responsible for this shift. The Vanity Fair piece also sees that as backwards argument that masks anxieties about power and change, fear of losing male patriarchal dominance. So it seems just like a lot of insecure men, to be completely frank.
Mm.
Um, this, I guess, is very heavy men-centric, man versus woman-centric episode. Didn't really intend that to be the case, but here we are. Anywho, scapegoating and distraction for structural issues. So blaming women and or feminism is presented as a way to deflect from deeper issues, toxic culture, male dominance, inequity, poor structures of work. Rather than ask if women are ruining the workplace, ask if the workplace is ruining the people. The critique is also points to the trad wife movement, women encouraged to embrace their submissive traditional roles at the house as part of a broader anti-feminist cultural shift. Um,
What a
so,
weird thing to like ask too, because like I'm sorry, men who believe that, have you worked in a workplace with only men in your
I know
life?
it's like, do you work only in like a madman office where
Like,
like you have a little secretary
what
and that's
century
it?
are you from? Like, I don't know about that. I agree with the like, I would say that like the workplace has ruined people. I don't can't say ruined, but like I don't know. That's so odd to me and so like specifically like targeted towards women. I also
Well,
think
the
that like
title alone doesn't help the
yeah,
case because it literally said, "Did women ruin the workplace?"
yeah.
Was the original title. You can't get any clearer than that of where you freaking believe.
But there are some things. There are some things that are like specifically like my experience in tech that have been, and I'm saying this as someone who is woke
And a woman.
and a woman, but like have maybe been a little too woke that I've seen that people have gone back and forth on certain language that is being used in the workplace just to accommodate a very, very, very small percentage of people, and then in turn offending a larger amount of people because you feel like sometimes you're not even there. But anyways, not something I specifically want to call out on there, but like I've seen things where like it's like too sensitive, you know, we still have to live our lives and we still have to talk and use words. And we can't always like it's okay to tell someone like, okay, I'm offended by X, Y. Let's use the word whiteboard, for example. To some, that might be offensive. To most, they may not know that that's offensive. Like you got to give people time. Or blackboard or something like that. Anyways, it's just there's things that I've seen in the workplace that like I'm happy that we've come a long way, that we're being mindful of others.
Mhm.
But yeah, sometimes it could be a little like, okay. Um, I
Where
don't
it's
know.
like we also, I feel like as women have to like kind of like bite our bottom lip and just kind of like take it. I'm thankful that the company that have been working for almost 4 years now is actually run by a lot of women. Um, like if you get on a new client call with me, it's most likely going to be filled with women and maybe one man. So it is definitely different than I feel like a lot of companies that I worked for prior, especially in the
Hmm.
marketing. I'm talking like because I work in marketing.
Yeah.
So I feel like a lot of things have changed. Speaking of Mad Men, Mad Men was centered around a company that was marketing. Um, and I did definitely see the shift in the market because like I feel like the cliche goes like women are a lot more organized, women are a lot more like detail oriented and blah blah blah. It's like we have our good qualities, and then I feel like there's just a lot of still like the old school qualities of like, well, that's also why women should not belong here, like male qualities. And I feel like I'm thankful that I don't see that in my company. But I do feel as though that is definitely ever present in a lot of people's businesses, like regardless of if you're in tech, other marketing companies,
It would be ridiculous to not have women in the workplace. Absolutely ridiculous. We do better work. It is proven that you do better work when you have different perspectives, not even just women, different backgrounds,
Mhm.
economically, uh, as well as like, culturally, socially. It's proven. You get more perspective and more ideas, more growth when you have variety. So yeah, that it and honestly, there's never going to be a world, or at least not one that I want to be in, where it's just one gender. How boring.
That and also let's go back to our original story that we talked about first and foremost. Then men
Yeah.
are going to have to provide a lot more if women are going to be the. Let's go back to the trad wife, the old school mentality of like women should be just at the home and taking care of that. Well then
The
provide more.
economy first. Yeah.
Exactly, economy and provide. And but the thing is like I had that mentality, not me, but I had that mentality in my last relationship is if he had the ability to make that much money, he would have absolutely requested that I don't work anymore. Thank God. I am such an independent lady that I'm like, go fuck yourself because I didn't do that. Couldn't afford to take care of two people.
No.
No way, Jose. But we'll drop the links for all of these now that we're going to head into the what we watched. I watched a lot. You watched some. We actually feel like it's a pretty good 50-50 split. Do you want to start or do you want me to start?
Um, Go ahead, you start.
All right. Well, I'm going to save two of my faves for the last, but Gilmore Girls, still rewatching. Love it. Feeling feel good show.
Mhm.
Perfect seasonal. Stranger Things. Now I'm like having to literally like trickle through. I'm like one episode tonight only. Only. I only have one episode left kind of thing. So I only have two episodes left. Uh and the premiere happens in 2 weeks. So I think I'm gonna have to just do one for next week, one for the week after, and then I'm gonna have the premiere that I'm going to sob and cry and probably like fear for Steve's life. Um, but that'll be the day before Thanksgiving. So
Mhm.
I'll be watching that. Uh, finished our little good old 50 Shades rewatch. I see
Mhm.
that you watched 50 Shades Darker. I watched 50 Shades Freed, which is the third one.
I also watched that too. Sorry.
Oh, you did watch that? Okay, cool. So let's chat about that. I realized I was like, yes, of course, 50 Shades Darker, you just like, or 50 Shades Gray, 50 Shades Darker, blah, blah. You do get a lot of like, there is a lot of sexual, obviously. But I feel like 50 Shades Free was very much more action-packed.
It was, right? Kind of
Yeah.
funny. I know like the evolution of like the story, but also maybe like the production amount of money or I don't know what, but like it, hilarious.
How
Um
did you think about his reaction to when she told him that she was pregnant?
well, awful. I mean the whole time I like from start to finish, I'm like, there are so many red flags.
She ignored. And also, everyone it was like, I remember when this movie came out, everyone was like, if this guy was a guy that lived in a trailer, it'd be a completely different story.
100%. Like
Like, no offense to people who live
the
in trailers. I'm just
possessiveness.
saying you don't have billions to excuse your behavior.
No, like the possessiveness, the like temper, the avoidance of all of it. There's
Homeboy needed therapy bad.
yeah. But like, I just put it in perspective for myself. This was a movie and that we're like idealizing like the whole sexual escapades of it all and that it's fun and he's beautiful and she's beautiful and like you so I just went with it. I was like, okay, shh, my brain. And it was fun.
Do you
That's all.
remember the original? So, did you ever know that instead of Jamie Dornan being Christian Grey, it was supposed to be Charlie Hunnam,
Is that the guy from
Sons of Anarchy?
oh, funny. I could see that too.
Oh my God, would have been a completely different story. So hot. Holy shit. I
I think
actually,
they're both really hot.
they are, but I fell in love with Charlie Hunnam when he was in Green Street Hooligans and in that Katie Holmes movie when they were in college. He's so attractive as a young chap. So it would have been funny to see because then it would have been a blonde Christian Grey, unless they dyed his hair.
Hmm. Yeah, I thought it was, I mean, honestly, just like a fun, sexy watch. Like,
Yeah.
would recommend it for like what it is. It's not like, you're not getting, it's not Shawshank Redemption or anything. Like, it's not winning Oscars, but
No.
like, it's fun.
If you want some inspo for your next date night, give it a watch.
Yeah, totally. Totally.
I also watched literally last night Halloween H2O. I call it H2O. It's called I don't even know how you say it. It's Halloween 20 years later.
Oh yeah.
Josh Hartnett in his prime with his fucked up haircut, Jamie Lee Curtis, cameo of her actual mom from Psycho, in it with the traditional old car from Psycho. Oh, this movie with LL Cool J running the freaking security booth. It is so good and has Michelle Williams as Josh Hartnett's girlfriend. It is divine. It is such a good movie. If you want to take a trip down early 2000s road, I dare I say even maybe 99. I don't know if this came out in 99. Oh, actually it did because it was 20 years after 79. So that's why it's called Halloween H2O, Halloween 20 years later.
Yeah.
Give it a watch. It's on HBO. Love
Mm.
it. I also watched Materialists. Did you watch that with Dakota Johnson,
Not yet.
Pedro
That's good.
Pascal,
Yeah. How was it?
Chris Evans? I'm going to say something very controversial.
You didn't like it.
No, I loved it.
Oh, okay. What are you gonna
The
say?
controversial part that I'm going to say is actually kind of fearful. It kind of equates like me talking about how I'm not a Swiftie.
You don't like Pedro Pascal.
Bada bing. Um, okay, so I have also a fellow friend who he also caught the same vibe. Like I feel like there is this whole like anxiety backstory. On his press tours, he's only touchy-feely with the
Oh yeah.
women in his press tours because he has anxiety, but he gives me the creeps.
Oh, really?
I don't know, like not in this movie per se, but just like what I've seen in his press junkets and stuff. Like I've never caught the who swoon. Like, if anything, I got the swoon from freaking the guy from Wicked who got named Sexiest Man of the Year or Sexiest Man Alive because Jonathan Bailey. Hello, sailor. I'm fully aware of the fact that you only like penile counterparts, but whew, you're hot. Um, Never saw that with Pedro Pascal. Not even a
I
little.
I think he's like very handsome, um, great looking man, but I also don't like swoon. And I don't know if it was because like maybe some someone said that he was gay, and I'm just like he just not on my team, like he's not the same team. So, but
Oh,
he's never come out and said that he
he
is a
never has, no.
no. But now I can't unsee it. And I
Yeah.
think um I just think he's just beautiful and he seems like a good human from what I hear. But yeah, and I'm also I don't know if that's also a little sacrilegious, but yeah, not for
Well, the
not
movie itself, though. Okay, so everyone was like, oh my God, this movie is so boring. Okay, for the fact that it is an A24 movie, it is no Hereditary. It is no Midsummer. You're not going to see someone get decapitated. You're not going to see someone freaking wear a bear suit, like a
Mhm.
legitimate bear suit. You're not going to see any of that fun stuff. No, this is an A24. I would dare say serious romantic drama.
Yeah. Yeah,
Not
for
it's
sure.
definitely not a rom-com, not in the slightest. Let me tell you that. There are some very serious elements. There is sexual assault.
Oof.
Um, there is I thought it was beautifully done. I want to watch it again. Like it's good. It's really good. Because she's like a matchmaker, Dakota Johnson. She's a matchmaker. Works for a very reputable company in New York City. She meets the unicorn, aka Pedro Pascal's character, who she's actually trying to be a client, and instead he falls for her. So, but then Chris Evans is her ex-boyfriend.
Hmm. Cute.
And so you have like this whole movie going on like, will they, won't they? Who is she going to choose guy? I think they did it very well. I would honestly recommend this to anybody, even if you don't really like Pedro Pascal.
Oh, okay. Cute.
Um, But last but not least of what I watched, oh, Frankenstein.
Oh yeah, I want to see that too. That's on our list.
Wow. I'm not gonna like obviously you know the story of Frankenstein. I'm not gonna give like away the ending or anything like that. I'm just gonna tell you right now that how do you say his name? Guillermo? Guillermo? Sure. Guillermo del Toro. He I want him to do all of the classic monster movies. He did such a beautiful job. It actually makes me want to watch Crimson Peak, so I need to go back and watch Crimson Peak. Um, he did such a beautiful job in Frankenstein. And here's another controversial statement that I'm gonna say. What's his name? What's his actual
Oscar
name?
Isaac,
No, what's the guy who plays Frankenstein?
Jacob Elordi.
Thank you. So Jacob Elordi. He's never done it for me. Sure, he's like 7,000 feet tall in real life. He's actually, I think, like 6'7". He's pretty tall. Or 6'5". Um, I hated his character in Euphoria. I hated his character in Kissing Booth.
Mhm.
Like he was obnoxious to me. His mouth bothered me. I don't know what it was about him. Like he didn't not maybe like it's like I'm such a hips old school classic hipster where it's like, oh, if everyone likes him, I don't like him. Like I don't know if that's it, but like I just like Jacob Elordi never did it for me in any way whatsoever. But I say in Frankenstein, whoo doggy. When he is a guy that is put together by random parts
That tracks for you.
and and pieces of other people. And he has, so I posted this one. It was like, I need to actually read it for verbatim what it was because there was a scene. It was so freaking beautiful. So Mia Goth plays opposite. She's like kind of the woman, the main woman, because Victor Frankenstein loves her. And she is very much like, I'm with your brother. No, no, no. But then she meets Frankenstein, and it literally just shows a picture of her and Frankenstein together. And Frankenstein, all he has to provide to her is a leaf instead of flowers. And it is the most emotionally provocative part of the movie where it literally just shows like girls don't want flowers, they want a leaf and the look of mutual longing and connection. That's all they want. And that's seriously all women want. And I reposted that because I was like, ding, ding, ding. Women are not that complicated. All we want is longing and connection. Us to feel as though you want us, and
Mhm.
also the actual connection that is ever present. And then, yeah, give us a fucking leaf. I'll take a fucking leaf. If you saw a leaf and thought of me, I'll be like, oh my God, that's so sweet. Like, I would always been like the advocate of like, if I don't care if it's like a random daisy you saw in the ground, pick it, give it to me because you thought of me in the moment. I don't need a bouquet. I don't need this extravagance. I want like you thought of me in that moment. This is what I got for you because I saw it. Like a leaf, it literally is the metaphor of like women don't want much. We just want to be feel seen.
I love that.
And it's just like the whole movie is just like it's just so heartbreaking because like Frankenstein just wants to be loved. And there is a scene that's going to really be hard as a mother because he's crying out for Victor, who's his creator, and Victor's ignoring him. And the way that he sounds like a child crying out for his mom. So it's like one of those things where you're like, oh my gosh, I'll save you. I promise I'll save you. Like, if only kind of thing. So Frankenstein was such a good movie. I can't wait till you watch it. I mean, you know the traditional story, like the backdrop of the story, but there is good elements. I know the traditional story. So if you actually look at the background of Frankenstein, Mary Kelly wrote it as a dare.
Hmm.
Um, Written as a dare. So Frankenstein was written by Mary Shelley. Did I say Kelly? My bad. Accepted a dare from her friends, Lord Byron, to come up with a scary story during a rainy, which, okay, I'm just going to say right now, it's not going to give anything away at the end. Ironically enough, a quote from Lord Byron appeared on screen at the end. So I don't know if that was like a stab to her. That sucks. But anyway, during a rainy summer in 1816, good year, the group was indoors and challenged each other to write the best horror story they could. Shelley's winning entry, inspired by the vivid dream she had, eventually became the novel that launched her career, influenced science fiction and gothic horror genres. So Frankenstein was actually built out of a dare.
Hilarious.
I know. Speaking of, I had a really weird dream before I pass it over to what you watched. You were in my dream. You and Charlie were. I had a dream. For some reason, we were in Mexico and Brittany was driving a Jeep. Thank God my kids were not present because we were about to head to the beach. You guys took off first. We went to go park at the beach, but the beach was on a cliff. She went to go reverse it to go park in a parking spot, overshot it, and went down the cliff. We literally dropped into the ocean, had
Oh
to
no.
unbuckle my seatbelt, swim to the surface. Somehow we magically got out. And then I woke up and it was so terrifying. Like I literally remember the feeling of dropping in the Jeep off the cliff into the ocean. And my phone was in the Jeep because so I was like, I can't even let
Did you wake up
Dom.
when you dropped?
I woke up after we were back at the hotel or the Airbnb, and then Brittany was there. She was the one that was driving the Jeep. Brittany was like, "Oh yeah, I actually almost won the lottery. I only missed the last number." And no joke. And then I saw something about the lottery this morning. I was like, Brittany, you need to play the lottery.
Do it.
So, weird dream. Haven't had a falling dream in a hot minute. So terrifying. But it's like I kept worrying, being like, I don't even have my phone to let them know we're not going to make it to the beach because we fell into the ocean.
Yeah, like that's the last thing you're gonna be worried
I
about.
was worried. Anyway, what did you watch on that note?
I'm gonna keep this brief because I am falling asleep at the wheel now.
Of course you are. You're always falling asleep at the wheel in every episode.
100%. I'm so tired.
You need to seriously start drinking caffeine. I know you're allergic to caffeine, but come on.
Uh, I don't want to be up past this time.
Then we may need to start recording sooner, and then our kids will be in our episodes.
Yeah, it'll be crazier instead of our dogs interrupting. Okay, so like we said, 50 Shades Darker and Free, finished those, left my mind over there for that. I finished the Alien Earth.
Oh my God, the thing you've been talking about for like 6 months.
Yeah, it was hard to finish. I don't know. I kind of was like, meh about it and just
Really?
yeah, it has some like interesting sci-fi, parts about it that are cool, and then like the, aliens kind of come out, and there's some cool elements, but not my like favorite cup of tea. Um, I don't know. If you're into aliens, you're probably already watching it. I would love to hear what other people think. Outside of that, I'm trying to truck along on Discovery of Witches, and I've reignited like, oh yeah, that's right, I like this. So I think I did need like a little break from it, because it's just like an easy kind of watch while I do the dishes.
Oh, you
Um,
watch it while you do the dishes?
yeah, I put my phone like at the
I
windowsill,
I
and I
can't
watch.
even hear my TV if I'm like have the water on.
It's like literally right in front of me though, so that's the only way I can do it. And then, um.
This is the one I actually was going to ask you about this week because I saw it and I know you guys love this guy. When I stayed at your house when you still lived in the Bay Area, you put on his other show that was on Netflix, I think, whatever what it
You
was
should
called.
leave. Yeah.
And I was like, why hasn't she told me about this show?
Yeah, I just started it. So it's a series on HBO called The Chair Company. Um, let's say his name. What is his name?
I know. What is his actual name?
The Chair Company.
That was when I had a martini at your house and I
That's
was like,
Tim
I
Robinson. Yeah,
I
he's
don't like it.
you should watch it like in the comfort of your home. Like anything Tim Robinson, I feel like is
As
fun.
opposed to.
As opposed to not in your home. I
Oh.
feel like it's just a different, like I've tried to watch, I think you should leave prior, like at someone else's house, and I just wasn't like in the right mood. But he's stupid funny, and it's just he's so hilarious. I watched like the first 20 minutes and I was like, oh, I can't wait to watch more. And then I had to go.
I think I'm gonna watch this. I think I'm gonna watch it with you.
It's like ridiculous. Like you just gotta give in to the like awkward, ridiculous silliness.
And I feel like that's part of our generation. We watched a lot of movies and shows that had just like awkward, ridiculous
Yeah,
storylines.
totally. And then last I added on here, I totally forgot. I think last time we talked, I didn't think that I had finished episode 2 on Welcome to Derry, but I had, and now I'm up to date on episode 3.
I'm not.
Okay, so I won't give any spoilers, and
I
honestly,
watched
I'm having a
halfway
hard
through.
time remembering.
I watched halfway through episode 3, and I was like, I gotta take a break.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, here's the thing. I could watch scary movies and be totally terrified. And then there's sometimes where, like, maybe my brain is just like, I don't think this is scary, and I don't feel like giving in to the scaries. And so I just think everything's funny. And I think that's where I am right now with Derry.
It's not
Yeah.
scary. It's not scary. It's just like there. It's gross.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It's
Except
not
for
scary
with
at all.
one frame of it, and I was like, "Ugh," like I gotta watch a palate cleanser, so it was just creepy. But other than that is me.
I'm
That's
excited for it because it was just announced before we hop off. Like I'm excited because Tell Me Lies was announced that it's going to premiere season 3 on January 13th. I would think I remember it, but I'm so excited. That's when I'm gonna ignite my Hulu subscription. So I will be watching Tell Me Lies on January 13th. Very excited. I'm
cool.
about, I'm ready to hate Steven even more than I already do. But I'll finish episode 3 of Welcome to Derry when we do chat, but we'll be chatting in like a week and a half, maybe, because you will be gone. So enjoy Disneyland, enjoy frolicking through the parks. I will be living vicariously through you, and as always, like, subscribe, comment if you can, share if you want. But we'll see you next week for a long catch up.
Yeah.
Bye bye.